Hey, y'all, check it out.
Why do
So,
you have your shades on?
oh, because the sun don't set on cool. The sun does not set on cool. Look
Y'all.
at this.
But also, if we're gonna keep doing this podcast thing, I should probably wear more than two shirts.
I'm gonna wear the same one.
I know, but yours is bam. Mine's just like pajama shirts.
So y'all know who works and who doesn't.
Whatever. Oh, this is how he wants to drop everything, and it's like post shower in the night. Let's go. Let's go film.
When I have an I when it hits me, it hits me. Right. So if it's 2 in the morning or like right now it's 11 o'clock at night, it hits me. It's what I want to do. It's what we
I
do.
love you.
So it's crazy because Brandy just jumps on board with me on anything. I promise you I'd be like, hey, we're starting to sell rocks. Well, not like the drugs, but like legit rocks. And she'd be
Or
like, okay.
either.
Not come
I'm just kidding.
edit the head. No. Hey, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, and I'd come home one day and she'd have like 10 rocks. She's like, hey, so
These are the different kinds. What demographic are we trying to appeal to?
yeah, she's like, oh,
Let's run it.
we can do this one on Avenue Q and we can do this one over here on
Sure.
uh
Yeah.
Ventura or what are they? I don't know the neighborhoods, y'all. I don't know Lubbock
You're
neighborhoods.
learning them. You're learning them.
It's only been 3 years. I'll get it.
You are. You're learning them.
Anywho, so guys, we had a good ¿cómo se llama?
First run.
Yeah, we had a good first run, man. A lot of people PM'd us. A lot of people PM'd us wanting to know, like just praising the stuff we're talking about, stuff like that. So I just wanted to caveat off that last one and just continue mission as far as us talking about it.
Yeah, because that was at the very, very end, a super last minute question on TikTok. After we had shared a whole bunch of things. So we kind of cut it short, but just as far as your journey through, I guess the greatest, it probably all started hitting even worse. Am I in this podcast by myself, or
Oh, well, I'm listening. I'm trying to
what
get
are
this set
we?
up.
What's going
Sorry.
on here?
Go ahead, I'm listening. I can multitask. That's crazy, right?
No, is like when like you got out of the army,
Mm-hmm.
which I had read about, I knew nothing of firsthand as far as that's a true, real difficult thing for
Yup.
veterans for the transition into civilian life.
And I'm still transitioning. You
Yeah.
know this just as well as anybody. It's hard, y'all, because when you're in the military, you are the military.
It's your identity. It was
Listen
your
to me, y'all. I
career.
did man things, y'all. I was jumping out of planes, shooting people in the face. I was doing things. The things y'all do on video games and watching movies, I was doing.
Yeah. Thank you for our freedom.
Oh no, don't thank me.
Thank you for your service.
Don't thank me. Thank my recruiter.
For sure.
But no, it's
But I think that like so then now I'm just more aware of it or notice it more as far as the transition to civilian life. I mean, with your like childhood and all that, blah 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 blah, right? But transition into civilian life, there's great character traits and qualities that come from having your career be and your entire adulthood be the army, as far as in our businesses and our home or order and leadership and all that, right? But then there's a whole lot of things that I mean, you're trained for war, and we're not in war out here. We're not in that environment or setting in which you operated in for so long.
but we are in war.
But we're really
Technically.
not.
Okay, we don't have guns. We don't have vests.
Yes,
we don't have
I'm saying
ammo. We don't
what
have.
was your Tuesday? It's like, whoa. Like, I mean, our business partners talked about it before too, as well. You know, like, so it is a challenge, the transition into civilian life. Yes.
No, it really is. But what makes it hard is because in the military, right? Let me tell you like this, and I get back on the whole depression thing. In the military, as opposed to being out, at least out here, I have help. In the military, it was so difficult because you are a leader. People do look up to you. You got 18, 19, 20-year-old kids looking at you, and you can't be weak. You can't be soft. You can't break down. You can't show weakness because these are kids. I mean, you're somebody's first father figure, believe it or not. You're somebody's first big brother. You're somebody's first whatever, right? Disciplinarian,
Mhm.
right? And it's just, I mean, that's just what it is. But let me
Like
see, how
that,
can I get on this?
JoJo.
So how can I get into this? Oh, you can edit this, huh? Hey y'all, check it out. This is Adam, the Man of Steel, Superman. This is Brandy. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm Brandy.
Hey, welcome to His and Hers podcast. The reason we call it His and Hers because his and then hers. Anyway,
For sure.
so we're here doing our thing, okay? And like we're saying, it's oh yeah, you are somebody's first father figure. You are somebody's first everything. You know what I mean? First boyfriend, if that's what you like. First whatever, right? Um, but yeah, when I was in the military, it was hard, man. It was hard dealing with depression because you can't show weakness. You can't be soft. You can't. As much as it sucks, you can't. Especially in my field of work, I was airborne infantry. I was men of men. Some of y'all don't know about that. Anyway, I was men of men. Okay, you can't. You're not allowed.
So, but don't you think that that's why there is such a struggle for veterans when they get out? Is that those walls of support that keep you driving, that keep all the reasons as to why we talked about yesterday, like depression is a luxury, where you didn't feel you weren't allowed, you weren't right, so you continued mission, you kept driving on, you were responsible in your whatever, and so like when y'all get out of the military, does it feel like it feels like all that's gone?
Yeah, it feels gone because, like, for example, I don't know, man. In the military, it's gonna sound crazy, but you can make people, your soldiers, or whatever, hey, come to my room at 7, only because you know you're going through shit and you just need somebody there, even though they don't know that's why they're there. That's me anyway. That's how I dealt with it. But yeah, getting in the military, man, I could tell people, hey, check it out. You're doing X, Y, and Z, and I need it done by 7. Roger, Soren. Or you're doing this, this, and this, and I need it done before Roger, Soren. Out here in the civilian world, hey, I need this done. Well, my pinky toe is hurting, so I can't touch my thumb, so I can't do it. I'm like, oh,
Sure.
no, freak
They're not
out.
in a contractual agreement to die for the United States of America.
But they want a job. They want a job, and they want money, but they don't want to work. Make
For
it
sure.
make sense.
I know. I know.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
why we say our kids work more and harder and than most 18 to 34-year-old men we hire. But not all at all. We have a great team.
oh, we have a great team now.
But I think that you have your identity and your entire, so the transition into now, who am I? How am I going to provide? How, like
So,
that all hits at once, and you are in a completely different world.
so
Like truly a completely different world, because we would have conversations and I'm like, you can't talk to people like that, or you
I
can't
know.
like, or the response of just this. I'm like, but you're not their sergeant.
It,
Or that, like, just certain things that in how, yeah, I mean, it really is a completely totally different world that you're having to learn for the first time.
and it's
So real quick,
never talk, y'all.
no,
It's like
but
this
so
all the
for
time.
almost 20 years you were conditioned and trained to be a soldier of war, right?
Oh man, yes.
Out here in civilian life, we are getting all of the experiential knowledge, wisdom. We are gaining experience in relationships, in corporate America, in children, like that you are over here fighting for our freedom, right? But it's like, so then you step out of that and you don't have what we had for our whole adult life.
I mean, you're starting all over again. You're like, when I got out the military, I felt like I was so behind.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And
I'm
so,
like,
and all at once, like
oh,
kids, relationships, provision, family. I mean, you name it.
uh,
It's
yeah, it hit me. So so look, y'all, I got out the military 2020, the height of COVID. Okay. I got out 2020, the height of COVID, and I get out and everything's shut down. I'm like, what the heck do I do? And guess what? Sorry. My Mexican senses started tingling, and I picked up
maybe I should mow
a
lawn.
hammer. I got a lawnmower. I got an edger, and it was just like,
Guess this is what I'm doing.
there it is. You know, there we are. You know, but I started doing it, and then it grew. It was crazy because I just did it to kill time, to keep my mind busy because I was going crazy, right? Because I didn't know what I was going to do in life. I didn't know what I was going to do I didn't. How am I going to pay the bills? Okay, there's no work. I'm a ninth grade dropout, y'all. I dropped out of school in ninth grade, mind you. So I have nothing to fall back on. I didn't have a mama. I didn't have a daddy. I got no money. I'm,
And you didn't have any authority anymore to tell
yeah,
you where to be at what time, because it's all
no
order of
structure.
precedence. You had the people under you, but then you had who you were listening to. So there was no authority to even make you do anything.
Yep. So,
So we learned to cope in not super great ways.
so when that happened, I get out. So I get out and everything's hit me. You got bills, you got kids, you got, I was going through the divorce and that's a whole nother story we'll talk about later on. But that was hell. Everything was just hitting me. And then so started the business and the money I had saved up. Okay, hey, I bought me a truck, a small truck, uh, lawnmower, edger, weed eater. I look Mexican as hell because it was a small truck too. It was a small. What
And he
was
tried
it?
to grow a mustache.
It was a yeah. I was trying to grow my beard, and I had
No.
one,
No.
but it was right here, and then it was right here, and then it was right,
Patchy.
it was patchy as hell. But nothing grew. My mustache did, and I was like, "Hello, Mr. Landlord, I did your yard."
So then I come into the picture and we start dating. This whatever, however, year later. And yes, so you would have your episodes.
God, it'd be bad though,
They
y'all.
would last days and days and days. And since you didn't have the structure of like if you didn't have the girls that week, and so the decision was I'll postpone responsibilities, or I'll cancel, I'll get in bed, I'll isolate.
So
like
that's
you,
what you meant by scheduling your episodes, your depression episodes.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't schedule none, but it makes sense now.
I don't mean that you can schedule your depression, because my gosh, no. And I understand that. Like my whole entire life, I've been told I was born with the happy gene, like, and that's just a natural, like,
And
to
the happy
see the
sweater
good.
and the happy
And
shoes
but I
and
also
the happy
think
socks.
that my childhood had everything to do with that, and how I was raised and all of that, right? Which we can go into later. But I get that it is real. There really is chemical imbalances. There's therapy, there's medication, that whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like negate or downplay people that struggle. But to see you 3 years ago and then to see you now, it 100% is upon, what did I say? Like, your discipline has to be greater than your depression. And when your discipline is greater, like I could, for years before you could, I could spot it a week. I could spot it 3 days before I could see it come on. Like, certain things, certain behaviors, I knew it was coming. And I feel like you can sense that now, and you can
Now I
see,
can.
right? And so it's like, but if that's on a Tuesday, it's not just like I'm going to go to bed and order pizza and shut out everything and I'll just deal with the
Y'all, that's
consequences.
what I would do. Look, y'all.
And I'm like, no, we have 4 businesses and 8 children, and like, it's not worth. But when you're in it and you feel the heavy of the moment, if
And just
you
all A ain't from her cookie, just so y'all know. It's she had 3, I have 4. It's a whole backstory.
oh gosh, yeah, yes, but we have 8. We
And
have
then
8 kids, yeah.
I have 4, she has 3, and then we
And
took
then
in
we
JoJo a couple years ago,
Yeah.
which has been a blessing beyond
Yes.
measure.
And
Great
then we
kid.
have a grandbaby.
Um,
But how you used to deal with,
that's a whole nother podcast.
what I'm saying is, it's the same episodes come on, the same feeling, you just respond differently. You respond because that night.
I schedule it.
Well, I've done the same thing, but it's like, okay, but you sense it coming in on a Tuesday, so you look at your days ahead. You think, what is Friday? What needs to be done? Like, you can. This is. It may sound crazy. I don't want people to get upset, but I'm saying, like, you can cope responsibly. Like, you can cope. There are healthy ways to cope, and there are extremely negative ways to cope. And when you choose, it's not that it's the feeling's not there, or the depression isn't there, or the pull, or the want to, but our feelings are crazy fleeting. And if you can make the decision in that moment, because then it's like, you know what? I'm not booking anything Saturday. I know that the kids are over here, and I don't even care if you have to schedule a baby, right? And I am going to give myself this time. If I need to escape, or if I need to veg for a little bit, like, I will give myself this time, but I will time it. It's not just this endless until I feel better, until and you do it responsibly. You do it to where it doesn't take you under.
the blessing I got here, and I know veterans, I would, man, if you're a veteran, you're watching, I'd love to have you on so we can just pick your brain, talk to you, see how you deal with things. But I'm going to be honest with you, the way, if it wasn't for my wife and the kids, there is no way in hell to make it. None. And man, I'm telling you, like, there were days when my kids were gone because there's a whole battle in court that I won where I get my kids 50% of the time, no child support. It's something I fought for and I won. Because one thing I am good at 100% is being a daddy. That is one thing I pride myself on. And if you don't know me, I'm sorry, if you know me, you can vouch for me. I am top 3 dads in the world. I promise that listen to me, I'm MVP.
Pablo's number one.
Let's not get into that. It's always her dad, always. Anyway, but it's just I'm like seriously, I'm MVP. I give myself all that because I pride myself on that. Am I strict? Yes. Do I get on my kids? Yes. But why? Because the world will eat them up if you don't structure them at home. The world's not nice. All happy genes. It's not. There's a-holes out there. There's people that are gonna try to take advantage of them. There's people that are gonna yell at them. There's people that, and if they can't take it from me at home, there's no way in hell they're gonna be able to take it out in the world. No way. And that's something we've butted heads with many a times. But again, we'll save that for later discussion. But like I said, there was times dealing with depression here when I got out the military, I was lost, y'all. I was beyond lost. I would do anything to keep me busy. Any freaking thing. There were times I'd be in the shower, honestly, and I'm sitting on the floor of the shower because it's just I couldn't take it. I didn't know what to do. I never wanted to kill myself per se. Can I say that?
Yeah.
I never wanted to kill myself, but it's just I didn't want to be here. I just wanted to disappear, you know? Just disappear and not be seen. Nobody know me, just be gone. And I'd be in the shower just sitting there, you know, and who would come along? My wife. And y'all think I'm playing. Clothes and all, just the way she is. Jumped in the shower with me and just held me as I sat there and cried like a baby. I'm telling y'all.
And then, okay, let's get out. Let's go. Like, have the moment, you know? Yes, feel it, have the moment, but don't let it take you under. And that's what I've seen, like, the crazy amount of growth in you is I've seen that, like you just said, I would do anything to stay busy so that I wouldn't have to sit in whatever, you know.
And I think that's why we work so much, or me, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but that's why I work so much so my mind stays busy.
But what I'm saying is,
I can't think about shit.
In the beginning,
crap.
In the beginning, that busy was damaging. It wasn't productive. It was like you would stay busy with certain, like you would binge watch an episode for something to just be busy, right? You would go and spend money. You would go and do, like, you would cope in a different busy. And I think you just channel your, again, like you just cope in such healthier ways. Like you cope and channel in our kids, in our businesses, in our, you know,
gym.
Yeah.
And y'all think I'm lying? Sure. If you've never met me, I promise you'll see this. If you're my Facebook friend, I will randomly call you. Yo, you good? How you doing? I've had people tell me I have never had nobody call and check on me.
Yeah.
But because I've lost people to suicide. I lost my brother to suicide when I was 18. I've lost battle buddies. Battle buddies, for y'all that don't know, are friends in the military. When we got back from our first tour, killing themselves, hanging themselves. I lost people when we're at war. You know, I've lost so many people in my life. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah.
That's why I know that, like, yeah, I know for many, it is more than just a feeling. I mean, it is a severe, it can be a severe struggle that people have to choose every day to do, you know, but it's a vicious, damaging cycle if you never take that first step to, again, like your discipline.
You know, but in Mexican, and I'm gonna tell, like I tell you this, in Mexican world, to get help is weakness. It took forever for me to get help, right? In Mexican land, you don't get help. You don't say you're depressed. You don't go see the doctor when your arm's blown off. You know, they want you to walk around like this. You okay? Yep. Suck it up, right?
Sure.
And then not only that, I tell people all the time, when I was in the military, I had 3 strikes against me because 1, I'm Mexican. You feel no pain. You don't You don't complain, no pain, no nothing. And then I joined the military. I did airborne infantry. You don't know. You are men of men. You don't. There's nothing. Nothing's wrong with you. You're the best of the best. Blah blah blah. And then I'm from Texas. Come on, now we know being from Texas. That yeah, you perfect. You're perfect being from Texas. Yeah, but in Mexican world, I mean, it's just frowned upon. I did not know to seek help until I got
Out of the military.
with them Caucasian folks, and they're like, "No, it's help. You can't." And no, it's for y'all watching. If you're Latinos and you think like me, you're Mexican. And I speak for us because that's what I know. You're not weak if you get help. You you are a bigger and better man if you get help. It helps you to be a better person for your kids, and it shows your kids it's okay to get help. It's okay to cry. It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay.
It's
You know what I
not
mean?
okay to be a victim.
Yeah, and don't do the victim. I can't
Right.
stick.
I
Look,
mean, that's
y'all.
just such a massive, massive problem we have in our world today, So,
The victim mentality.
yeah,
I can't stand it.
for sure. The
Everybody's
victim
like,
mentality and poverty mentality.
oh my, y'all. The victim mentality kills me. Oh,
So, but what you're saying isn't that. You're saying it's not victim, poor me, it's everyone else's fault. I have no control. Whatever. I mean, no, there is bravery and strength in I need help.
yes.
I need help. And then what resources are there? Let me tap into that. Like that is not victim. Yeah.
And then you'll never better yourself either if you don't admit to you being wrong. I got them people. I know people in my family. They're never wrong. You can't tell them something because it's always an argument. Hey, you fell because your shoe's untied. My shoe wasn't untied. It was just that my hair blew from the wind, so I fell. Come on, man. I saw you step on your shoelace. You fell. Tie your shoe, and they won't tie their shoe because they don't want to be wrong. You can't tell them nothing, and that's something I can't stand. And it goes back to the victim mentality. Let me see.
But I think
Yeah.
that's good. I'm proud of you.
Well, you know what? Like my son would say, "Thank you,
You're welcome.
thank you for that." And yeah, man, I don't know. My goal for this is one, I want to have fun on here.
For
Like
sure.
there's gonna be shows where we have fun. It's gonna be serious shows. I want to have
Can it not all be about depression?
not at all. Hell no, because
Okay,
that's gonna be
for sure.
depressing.
We got this knocked out of the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm
Choose
just
better.
I want to tell you all my goals. Though. I want to bring the kids on here so they can talk about where honestly it's like where we're lacking, where we're doing great, where we're. I mean, it's just sometimes this is what it takes. I want to bring people on here from other businesses that are doing this and this and that, just to get their names out there. I want to do this to promote BAM Construction. If you need us, call us. Lawn and Landscape, All American Lawns. If you need us, call us.
You need
Okay.
to sell your home.
If you want to sell your home, call her. Don't call her. Text her because she won't answer.
Yes, for sure.
Text her,
For sure.
and we'll get your house sold. And that's what and y'all. I'm gonna tell you, while we're on that. This is one of the things that you know what we'll save that
Okay.
about our relationship. We'll save that. Why I fell for her. What makes me want to be with her? What
It's because I can play basketball.
pushes me? You're okay. She's decent, y'all. She's not me, but she's decent. But no, I want to get people on here just to talk, to vent. I want to get people that come from the slums like me. Like I listen to me, y'all. I tell y'all this all the time. If this fails for me, I have nothing. I cannot fall on nothing. I have nothing to fall back. I don't when I it's crazy to me because everybody wants to have that sad story, right? Everybody wants to come from the slums. Everybody wants to come from nothing. And now they got this. No. Embrace where you're from and embrace if you had your mama and daddy in your life. If you come from money, if they helped you get started, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell y'all, I come from nothing. I come from nothing. I remember walking home from school. I was in, this is before I dropped out of ninth grade, but I promise you I don't remember what grade I was in. But I'd be coming home, because my grandma raised me, y'all. I'd be coming home my backpack. Right? And I'm walking. And I see and back then we had manteca, big
Lard buckets.
yeah, lard buckets, big 5-gallon buckets of manteca, lard. Right? And I'd see my grandma outside filling up with water. And I'm like, and I'd see it and I'm like, dang. So I knew our water was getting cut off. I knew our electricity was getting cut off. I knew because I think she ran out of kids to put their names under to get it turned back on. Because that's what we do in Mexican world.
Oh my God.
Right? Am I lying?
No.
Yo, I went to go get a loan when I turned 18. I'm going to get back to the grandma thing. But I went to go get a loan when I was 18, to try to start credit because I didn't know crap about credit. But people just said, hey, you need to get credit. Okay, how do I do that? Go get a loan here at Sun Loans was back in the day. I think it's closed down now. I went to go try to get a $200 loan at 18. Oh, you can't have a loan. You can't have it, sir. Why? Because you have an outstanding cable bill, I think it was. I'm like, what year was this? They told me the year. I'm like, yo, I was like 9. How, Sway? Right? But come to find out, Janie was doing it. And Janie's my sister's mom. So, yeah, come to find out she was doing all that. Anyway, that's a whole other ballgame. Yo, I've been jacked up my whole life. But I think that's why I am the way I am. Like I was saying, if you don't know me and I see you out in the streets, I'll be like, hey, what's up? I'll talk to you like I know you. I will give you the shirt off my back unless it's cold. Then you can have JoJo's. You can have Ziggy's, not mine. But what was I saying before that? Oh, yeah, so the water's getting cut off, right? I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained, y'all. So the water's getting cut off, so I'll be over there. And then the way we would take a bath at night is back then we had big old bean pot pans, like yay big. Right? My grandma would put halfway in there and she'd boil it till the water was boiling. Because in my kitchen, all those mantecas, what are they called?
Lard bucket.
Lard buckets was right there, lined up. I can see it like it was yesterday. And then like on the doorway, we had a blanket hanging up because we had to try to keep it warm in there because we had nothing to keep it warm. But anyway, so my grandma would put water in there, she'd boil it. Stop me when I'm lying. She'd boil it and then she'd put it in the tub. And when she put it in the tub, she put a little bit of water from the manteca buckets.
Lard.
The lard buckets. She put a little bit of water so it'd be good. So then my sister would shower, bathe, and then I would bathe, and then my grandma. And that's how it was. Like, it was bad, y'all.
So growing up, I had it like really tough, and there was a lot of struggles, but I just think that maybe
Please do tell.
Wait.
Please do tell. Please do tell. No, please do tell.
It was so hard.
What was hard?
Just like
When mommy and daddy tucked you in, which is a good thing. What was hard?
nothing.
I know, but no, that's what and that's just what I try to do for my kids. The same thing Brandy's parents did for her, and her sister and her brother. I try to do for mine.
We are doing for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I be trying. That's why I can't have no episodes or nothing. That's why I can't do that crap, man. That's why I'm hard on my kids. I'm hard on them because I want them to know they are better than what they give themselves credit for. Because once you start, as a man, once you start babying, you can love them, and there's all this crap, man. But once you start, how do I say this? Once you show weakness, once you start babying them too much, it's just they're gonna slip. That's how I say it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but they didn't come with a manual.
I know they don't.
So I'm just doing what I know, man. But man, yeah. So again,
We're gonna just listen to this, and then we'll get the 14 different topics out of the next podcast.
Oh yeah, and I promise y'all, we're gonna have fun on here. We're gonna talk about growing up. We're gonna talk about how we live now. We're gonna talk about how
all the things.
Yeah. What do we call? We're together.
Interracial.
There you go. Interracial marriages, integrating the kids, everything, man. It was y'all. That crap was hard, especially on my end because I came with military, and Brandy was Mary Poppins, Brandy Poppins.
Well, what's more fun, a spoonful of sugar or war?
No, a spoonful of sugar or hot sauce. Everybody loves hot sauce. Y'all, again, thank y'all for joining us. We'll be back
till next time
when we're bored again and make crap happen, and we'll have JoJo on.
Yes,
because JoJo gets on our nerves.
We love JoJo.
Right, JoJo? We're out.
We love JoJo.